Well, good afternoon, ladies. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You know what day it is? It is Friday. Okay, this is where we come into the Royal Cuts, girlfriends. We come into the Royal Cuts and we chat. Well, today I want you to think. Can you think of a time when you felt stuck in life? Come on, overwhelmed before the baggage that held you back? Yes, baby. Well, today's podcast, we are going to be sharing how to reclaim your power and joy by taking control of your emotional health. Emotional health. So go ahead, invite a friend and tag a girlfriend. Let them know that Royalty Talk Show is on. Meet us here in the Royal Courts. Okay, let us come and in and gain some insight as to how to reclaim our power and our joy and overcome the weight of emotional baggage. Guess what? I will see you right here at the Royalty Talk in a few minutes.
Get ready for the Royalty Talk Show with host Portia Basham, the podcast designed for women who are looking to be inspired, motivated, and encouraged. Whether you're just starting out in your career or raising a family, the Royalty Talk Show has something for you. This is your opportunity for empowerment and affirmation. Get blessed with amazing stories from women of all walks of life who want to share their truths and victories and impact the lives of women everywhere. This is your cordial invitation to join us as we sip tea, chat, and empower each other on the Royalty Talk Show and podcast with your host, Portia Basham.
Welcome, welcome, ladies. Welcome to the Royalty Talk Show. This is where we teach, empower, and give you the affirmations you need to build you into the woman that God has called you to be. So listen. We come to this platform, we come into the Royal Courts. It's all about discussing everything that encompasses us as women, our family, our friendship, our finances, our faith. Guess what? And the fulfillment of life. Because as we evolve, the things that used to tickle us doesn't tickle us anymore, baby. So go ahead, grab a girlfriend. Grab a girlfriend, grab your cup of tea, because I have my cup of tea. Grab your favorite cup of tea and let everybody know that we are on. I am your host, Dr. Portia Basham, your brand and business strategist, the professor and founder of the Purpose Women's Academy, your best-selling author, that's 5 times best-selling author, your international speaker, and the one that's near and dear to my heart, the minister of the gospel, the founder of She Ministries. And for those who have no idea who She Ministries is all about, it is our online community that helps leading ladies as yourself, and you, leading ladies as yourself in society, balance that thing called life. Balance that thing called life and business. Balance that thing called life and family. Come on. Whilst healing from our secret struggles of life. Because we all know we have those things that could take us down in an instant. So that is what She Ministries is all about. That's where you come and you merge your day-to-day life with your Word of God. And you spend time in learning how to heal from inside out. But I also have a mandate in the world to help you, lady entrepreneurs, to unleash your inner boss qualities, to help you create that life you desire, and to show you how to transform your business and your life for better according to godly principles. Well, today we actually are going to talk about reclaiming your power and joy, overcoming that weight of emotional baggage. I know, it's a lot. It's a lot. So go ahead and continue to share. Invite your friends. I'm going to do the same on my end. Continue to tag and share and invite your girlfriends, your ladies and them as we sit and have tea and chat about reclaiming our power, reclaiming our joy. Nothing is heavier on one's mind and one's spirit and one's being more than holding on to the past. I know, I know. I must have said a mouthful right there. Holding on to the past. We have the tendency, come on, ladies, you know we do. We have the tendency to say, you remember when? I remember when you did me wrong. So we want to sit and talk about how could we overcome that, because I believe the more we hold on to all the things that so set us back, we are not able to move forward. Come on now. So Grab a girlfriend, grab your cup of tea, baby, and join me right here in the Royal Courts. Let us talk about it. So, emotional baggage, just think about it, is that unwanted baggage that we carry without throughout our lives. I've seen many a times pastors have done sermons where they show you, they come on the stage with all those bags, those carry-on bags, those pull-on bags, and they try to carry it on. Just imagine yourself going through the airport. You try to carry it on your lonesome, all that weight. So it's often our unwanted baggage is unprocessed emotions such as anger and fear. Come on, such as guilt that has kept us in stuck, just kept us stuck all the days of our lives because we refuse to let it go. Okay. So, carrying such weight can lead to stress, unrelated emotional pain, eventually affecting our mental state. Come on, people. You know what we're talking about. So, today we have a special guest. We have a special guest, and she is going to chat with us on that topic. Today, we get the honor of having Dr. Kiana join us in the Royal Courts. Listen, she is a powerhouse actress, author, comedian, transformational speaker, coach, the founder and the director of BAGS, a non-profit organization. And when I say BAGS, it's BAGS. She's also an Amazon bestseller of the book Bye Bye Bags, Laughing to Lighten the Load. So I know when she comes on, we are going to talk about how we could actually, stop carrying all that weight around unnecessarily. Good afternoon, ladies. Let me stop for a minute and say good afternoon to you all. It is always a pleasure to have you stop in the Royal Courts with me and have a cup of tea because, baby, you know how we do. Her ladyship always makes sure she has her cup of tea. So make sure you let your girlfriends know we are on because it's about to get real. Our guest is coming on in a few minutes, and she is going to fill us in as to how we could snap. You had a choice of words here, baby. Snap out of the fact that we are carrying all that luggage for no good reason. So, by no further ado, I'm going to bring Dr. Kiana up because I have set the stage, baby. I have said this. Listen, I have spoken, said all I can because I know you're going to join me sooner, later, or then some.
Hey, lady, how are you?
I am good. I'm still recovering from last week, but we're going to talk about that.
It was amazing, wasn't it?
It was definitely amazing. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a few minutes to introduce yourself, talk to us about who you are and all the great things you do, because you got things going on. Then I want you to give us a fun fact about yourself, because I know you could do that, to give us a fun fact. And then number 3, then I want you to tell us just in a summary version, your experience of last weekend. I'm going to pull myself away whilst you do that, okay?
Girl, you better sit in here and interview me. Look,
I'm going to pull myself. You see, listen, had we chat in the back, I would have told you all what I was going to do. Because you see, I have co-hosts, right?
Hilarious.
4-legged co-hosts, yeah. And these 4-legged co-hosts have a tendency to come and just join the conversation.
Let me tell you about your 4-legged, because I have one too. My baby is right here, and she is very respectful.
Listen.
When mommy is working, she sits down. She knows. She's like, okay, we got to work. But at any moment, it's going to be a potty break. And she's going to be like, oh. But yes, good to see you. Thank you so much for having me on here, Dr. Portia. For those guys who don't, and ladies who don't know who I am Dr. Kiana Dancie, formerly known as the Kiana Dancie. I used to host a show called Sister Circle Live on TV One, and that came from, they introduced from the right to the left. So it was, I'm Selena Johnson, I'm Rashawn Ali, I'm and so by the time it got to me, I was like, well, I'm the Kiana Dancie.
Yes.
So I wanted to make sure that people knew who I was too. I was the only one. So, and it's funny, up until a couple years ago, I was the only Kiana Dancie, but honey, somebody emailed me and said we have the same name. I said, wait a minute.
Oh no.
Last name Dancie, first name Kiana, spelled the same way. I said, girl, you need to change your name. Listen, but
It's already claimed. It's already claimed.
and I'm the oldest, okay? So, but listen, I am originally from Cleveland, Ohio. I grew up in Atlanta. I always say I've been in Atlanta since I was 9 years old. And I always say that I am a Georgia girl with I'm a Georgia peach with a Texas heart. And what does that mean? I mean, I lived in Texas for many years. I love Texas. Oh, I love Texas. Portia, I love Texas.
Do you now?
Texas love me. And but home will always be where mama is and where mama is from. So mama is from Cleveland, Ohio. So that will always be home. But mama is in Atlanta, Georgia. So here we are.
Yeah, we are. Come on.
Yeah. So you told them all about my titles, and I'd like to run down them alphabetically. So I will start. I am an actress, author, comedian, coach. I am a former franchise owner. I am, wait a minute, I missed something. Author, look, actress, author, believer.
Oh, yes. Let's not forget that. Listen, come on now.
Okay. Author, actress, author, whatever. Don't get all caught up in that. It's okay, actress, author, believer, comedian, coach, former franchise owner. I used to own a CPR cell phone repair franchise store. Recently sold it. It was an offer that I just could not deny. I love being a franchise owner, but it's overwhelming. It's a lot of work being a business owner.
Yes.
So for those who don't know, who think they want to get into this thing, think twice, think again, think 4 times, think 5 times, 10 times. Think about it before you jump in. I am listen, I'm a transformational speaker. I'm a real estate agent, realtor. I paid for that title. I'm a realtor. Maybe they get that good. They get that fee. I want my title. So I'm a realtor, but here's the thing about that. I don't tell people usually that I'm a real estate agent or realtor, just unless we're having a conversation. I actually got my license.
Unless it comes up.
Yeah, unless it comes up. I got my license in 2006, and to sell myself my house. When I bought my house in Houston, Texas, I was like, I didn't understand it. So I was like, wait, explain this to me. Who gets this money? When I buy this house, who gets the money? And they was like, well, you have an agent? I said, no. And they said, well, if you had an agent, the agent would get money. I said, well, how do you become the agent? So at the time, my mom was a real estate agent. So I called her. I said, Mommy, what I got to do to get an agent? She said, study and take. I said, I'll be right back. Girl, I studied and took that test and was the agent. So I'm the listing agent, the buyer, whatever. So I sold myself my house.
Come on now. Listen, that's wisdom right there.
Right. Sometimes
that's wisdom.
I won't say that I've used it a lot, but I definitely with right now, Dr. Portia, with the industry being on strike, I'm not on strike. I'm selling real estate everywhere.
Yes.
Because I'm licensed. So the people don't have no job, but I do.
You made yourself.
I made myself.
Job. Come on. You made yourself get that job.
So, yes.
So right there.
The one thing that I really, really do enjoy the most, and I know that you mentioned this, I am a founder of a nonprofit called BAGS. BAGS, it stands for Becoming a Guiltless Survivor. What I've learned through my living, that there are a lot of people who suffer from guilt by way of being associated with the person that went through the trauma.
Come on. Listen.
So my mother, I'm a child molestation survivor, and my mother suffered silently while I was going through. Now, she put me in counseling, but she herself did not.
Not go.
Did not go. Because she wanted to make sure I was okay. But guess what? Now, Mommy, I want to make sure you're okay.
Yes.
So what I've come to find out is many of us we carry the bag of that burden of guilt. Of insecurity, of whatever our shortcomings are. We carry that based on us not being willing and open to say, I need help. So BAGS is just that. We're a compass. We steer those, specifically women, to the mental health professionals that they need to help them become themselves. Yeah.
But you said something that is so true. Out of 100% of the time, we are not the ones that's in danger of whatever baggage we carry, but because we are with the people who carry it, they say so much stuff to us that we carry the weight with them.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
carry the weight with them to the point you go home with the weight of whoever it is that just so. Have you ever seen somebody called you and then they give you all their stories? By the time you're done, you're like, give me a minute, just
Yeah.
because they just offloaded all their stuff on you and they feel so light, but you just took all the weight.
You just took all the way. And so that's what I always say, don't do it. Something
Yes.
it's your choice, but you can actually say, no, I love you, but today is not the day.
Today's not that
And
day.
I told someone last night, funny, she was from Haiti, beautiful accent. And last night when I was doing the interview, she was like, well, what do you do? I said, honey, first of all, no is a full sentence. And when you say it, I want you to sit up, arch your back, pull your shoulders
Yes.
up,
Come
hold
on.
your head high,
Be
so that you
confident
won't
with that.
tip. So look, so you won't tip your crown, look them dead
Yes.
in the face, lean in and say, no. Say it with your chest, because people get to telling you things and you like, I ain't asked for all this, and then they done dumped it all on you, and now you walked away, and now you're suffering
Yes.
from everything that they've been through and everything that they're dealing with. Now there is, I am saying to you, yes, sometimes you do want to lend a shoulder to your friend and say, girl, I'm going
Yes.
through, so can I talk to you? But I believe it's only responsible to say, it's
Yes.
today a good day, girl, because today I need to dump. And then
Yes.
it's also equally responsible on your part to say no, or sure, today I can take it. Because if your cup is if you're kind of in a situation where you're struggling with your own stuff on this particular day, it's not a good day
Okay.
to take on somebody else's. Yeah.
You know what? We dived into our topic without even realizing we dived into our topic, okay?
It
Because
happens.
I gave you 3 assignments. 1, 2, 3. I said, okay. But you just dive
I
right
know.
into it.
So I done already told the people about me. All right. Tidbit about me. A tidbit, a little something unknown secret about me that people do not know. Well, first of all, I did tell you I was originally from Cleveland, Ohio. I
Mm-hmm.
was a catalog model.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was
Hey, that's it, baby.
I was a little girl. My mother did have me. She kept me busy. I was a tap dancer. I was an African dance troupe dancer. I played chess. The person that taught me how to play chess is also the person that molested me, which I can talk about it openly. But there was a time.
Yes.
That's how one of the reasons why my mother knew that something was going on, because I didn't want to play chess anymore. So I played chess. I was a ballerina. I've traveled. I had my passport since I was like 5. So I'm well traveled. I don't speak any other languages, but I look like I understand real well. This is what I'll do.
Yes. You know
So
what?
that's my face. That's my face when people start talking to me.
Yes. Listen, that will get you into trouble right there.
Right. So that's a tidbit about me. And then what was your third question, girl? What's the last thing you want me to say? What you want me to say, girl? Come
You
on,
have
girl.
me cracking up so hard today. You made me miss all my questions. So don't even start. Okay, we need to pull
It's okay,
ourselves.
we got it. I'm gonna leave you in.
Okay, so before we even dive into our topic, just tell us your experience in summary. You had a choice of words. I just gave you summary version for the weekend we just had.
Well, first of all, it was amazing,
Yes.
tantalizing, transformative.
Yes.
It was all encompassing. We had so many people there from so many different places,
Yes.
so many different things, so many powerhouses. But on the flip side of that, as high as I went, there was a low. And I'll tell you why. And it broke my heart. It's kind of because it's kind of a reflection, unfortunately, of our real life world. When I stood back and I took a view of the landscape of the room. I
Yes.
noticed something. There was so many beautiful women in the room, but where are our men?
You know what? I
There
was
were
about
no
to say,
men in
I
the
was to say,
room.
so many beautiful single women in the room. Is that
So
what?
many beautiful single women in the room, and I wasn't even going to say that. I mean, because I can go there too, because I'm single. But what disappointed me the most is, you know, there are so many powerhouse women, and we're knocking down doors, we're tearing down walls,
Yes.
we cracking ceilings. But for the mass majority, we're doing it without a man beside us.
Yes. And listen, let me take it, let me tell it to you from a married standpoint. I mean, I was there and but my husband wasn't. And sometimes we have to do it anyway, whether
Mhm.
they are with us or not, because sometimes, I wouldn't say sometimes, the vision that God gives us, not everybody could understand that vision. So as much as the other ladies are single and I'm married, I too was complaining about it. Funny enough, I was saying to my friend that came with me, I said to her, I would have loved it if my husband would have been there to appreciate, but it's okay if he finds another way to
To
support me.
support you. Yeah, and I
Yes,
mean,
to
but
stay
it
home with the
wasn't
kids
necessarily,
and to allow
yes.
me to go out and do it.
Yeah, and I wasn't necessarily referring to like lack of support of us. More so, I was thinking like just our quote unquote equals. Where are the guys
Yes.
that's on our level? There should have been men there speaking for the Forbes Business Council. Maybe they just didn't get invited. Maybe they didn't have the opportunity. Maybe they didn't have time. Maybe they was doing big things. I don't know. But it was one of those things where I looked around and I was like, wow, I would
You
like
just
to
have
have.
more ladies than men.
There was more ladies than men. And I would appreciate having men in the room that I can kind of bounce ideas off of. It would have been great
Yes.
to have men in the room that I can like, like, hey, we can eyeball that. That's on my level. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was, but overall, that I mean, that was a
Yes.
slither of time that I thought about that because baby, I took it all in. I met some amazing
Yes.
people, right? And it was fantastic. It was well ran, and I felt really good about my talk, and it was impactful. So for me, I walked away thinking because I am a stand up comedian, and sometimes
You made everybody laugh no matter what.
that. But here's the thing. I'll say this: on one side, people refer to comedians as being geniuses. We're the most intellectual, smart, intriguing, etc., etc., etc. people on the planet. And then on the
Right.
other hand, they discredit you with, oh,
Yes.
you're a comedian.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
for
You
me,
just do this.
you just do, yeah. She just fun. So for me,
Yeah.
it was an amazing career milestone for me to
Yes.
go and stand in front because I wrote a book. I'm two times author. Let me say this bestseller.
Come on now. Say it loud for those in the back.
Bestseller. So, my thing is, as a best-selling author, but the foundation of it is mental health. It
Yes.
means a lot to me to be able to stand in front of a Forbes Business Council, room for don't know where people are going to see me all over the world, but it does mean a lot to me to take that to the next
Yes.
level. Yes,
Yes. Yeah. I started to think just the same way. I'm like, you know what? The buck doesn't just stop here. I
absolutely
think
not.
there's a whole lot more that could be accomplished, going forward. But it was great to be in the presence of all the ladies. Listen,
Yep.
as much as there were many that I had, excuse me, I had met online virtually
Yep.
and hadn't met in person. There were even more ladies that I didn't have the pleasure of meeting that I
Yep.
got the pleasure of connecting with. So that was our weekend. We dressed up, we looked cute, we
Yep.
maybe
We look
slept two
cute.
minutes and
Yeah.
back. We slept 2 minutes and back. But let's reel it into our topic for today.
Sure.
And I know that topic is near and dear to you because you wrote about it. And then out of 100% of the time, we as women, leading ladies in society, we tend to hide all our little baggage.
Society, girl, that's cute. Okay, I see what you did there. Go ahead, girl.
So we tend to hide our baggage, to make to just to blend in with the Joneses, and we fail to realize the more we hide it, the more damage we do to
Yes, to
ourselves.
ourselves.
So I want you to just take a minute and explain to us that whole that just that topic in your own words, in your own way, what it means to reclaim your power and joy and overcome the weight of that emotional baggage that we carry.
It's a choice to be a bag lady. You know what I mean? Like, so I know that we're all very familiar with the Erica Badu's top her song "Bag Lady," carrying all that weight on your back. So here's the thing: it's a decision.
Yes.
It's your decision. Just like you wake up in the morning and make a decision if you're going. Well, listen, this is me. I have to make a decision if I'm gonna put on brown hair or blonde hair. You hear me? If I'm gonna wear, listen, if I'm gonna be short or long. So listen, just like as easy as you make a decision about whether you're gonna wear long hair, short hair, a dress, or pants, you can wake up and make that same decision and decide what kind of day you're going to have. No matter what the enemy is dealing you, you can be dealt the worst hand. You can be dealt the worst hand, baby. When I tell you your life is gonna life. Things are not gonna be the way they want to be. Your account is overdrawn, your man is cheating on you, your kids getting on your nerves, you fat, you whatever.
The whole shenanigans. The whole shenanigans.
The whole shenanigans. But you can wake up and say, hey, today is gonna be a good day with or without it. And then what you have to learn to do is not make the listen, don't let the enemy get the best of you. And the enemy sometimes sleeps with you. Sometimes the enemy is your children. Sometimes the enemy is your job. Now, I'm not saying you throw your kids away, but you tell your kids, hey, mommy need a break today.
Yes, pull it together.
Yes, but you're in charge of that. If it impedes on your peace or your joy, you, baby girl and sir, because I don't know who's watching, you are in charge of your peace and your joy.
Yes.
If it eats your peace and your joy, it cannot have you. Let me give you an example. As we're sitting here with this cup. My cup is half full. It's half full, which I like to look at. I'm an optimistic person. I like to look at my perspective outside of me is optimistic. I'm very positive. But guess what? When I look at me, I'm looking at this cup as half empty. Now let me break that down because I skipped the part. When you look at outside of you, I want you to look at the cup as half empty. You know why? Because you want to make sure that people continue to pour into you. You want to continue to pour into yourself. You want to the cup is half full or the cup is half empty. It depends on your perspective. But so I want you to maintain this perspective when you look at internally. Hear me clearly. When you're looking internally, the cup is half. Let me make sure because I feel like I'm losing y'all and I'm losing myself. So let me get myself together in here because this is good. When you're looking internally, make sure you're looking at that glass as half empty. You know why? Because if you pour outside of yourself, eventually you're going to pour out. When you're looking outside of you for all the things that can come to you, all the great opportunities, you want to make sure you look at the glass as half full because you want the glass to be half full because there's more to come.
There's more. Come on.
Now, what you need to stop doing is allowing people to pull from a cup that's half empty. If your cup is half empty and you're like, hey, I'm almost empty. I can't keep pouring out to you. If I keep pouring out to you, I have nothing left for me.
Yes.
But what you offer is your overflow. You can't have what I have left in this glass, but what you can have is what I got left in this saucer. The saucer is the overflow. The saucer is the overflow. And if there's no overflow, guess what? I can't pour into you right now. You got to wait. So that we're clear, looking internally, and it's a tweaking of the mind. Yes. And it's a tweaking of perspectives. You want to make sure that you keep a positive perspective. You always want to be optimistic. You always want to be positive. But when it comes to you and your internal cup is half full. I can't give you, and they're the same, half full, half empty. They're all the same. But at the end of the day, I cannot give you what I don't have.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
And
And I'm
a
sure,
100% of the time, we always have people that are trying to pull from us and take
yes,
from us. And the more you say, if you are not stern on the fact that says, I don't have that to give to you, they're gonna keep pulling. They don't care.
they don't care, but you have to care. So
There you
again,
go.
your internal cup, because I was all over the place. Your internal I keeps it real, sis. You know me. This is my first cup of coffee today. I was up last night late, up early this morning. Trust me, and didn't even get to the coffee yet. Phone started ringing. Your internal cup. Your internal cup is always half empty. You know why? Because if you pour out, you eventually pour out. You're done. You have nothing else to give.
Yes.
When you're looking externally at all the opportunities that could come to you, you want to keep a positive, optimistic perspective. Your cup is half full. You understand? So make sure you're like, oh, it's not half empty, it's half full. My internal always half empty. I have nothing else to give. This is it. And sit up and say no. And when you want people keep pulling from you and want to pour out, and when they want you to pour into them, pour into you, pour into them, pour into them, and you can't pour, they're not pouring into you. Sit up,
Yes.
straighten your head up, look them dead in the face and say, no.
No. Yeah.
And don't feel guilty.
Well, listen, that's the part. I think we get to the point where we want to please everybody, that when we eventually decide that today is the day we're going to actually say oh no to whatever it is, we feel guilty for saying no, and we
You know
try to
why?
sugarcoat it.
Because we suffer from the superwoman syndrome.
Mhm.
And so let me tell you, I killed superwoman a long time ago. I told superwoman, listen, sis, you gotta go.
You
Because
open the front door and let her fly.
because I can't keep like I'm telling everybody yes, 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 and then I don't have a yes left for me.
Yes.
I'm telling everybody sure, 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 and I have no more sures for me. So what
Yes.
you got to do is kill superwoman and do what you got to do. Bury your cape. Now,
Mm.
to your kids, you always gonna be superwoman, but you don't have to be
Yes.
superwoman on the job. You don't have to be superwoman to your husband. You don't have to be. You don't have to be superwoman to your kids. But what you do is make sure you leave a little bit of for you.
Yeah.
Your internal cup is half full.
That's good, and that's why when I think one of our questions on our panelists was something about balance in life. I think I remember vaguely, but I was saying you have to put structures into place to be able to handle the things that come to you on a given day. You have to put you in place because you cannot be anything to anybody if you don't take care of you.
You don't
And
take care of
it takes a lot. You know when we were young and our parents were raising us, we didn't really see that part where mommy was taking care of herself. We maybe would see her maybe put on makeup and get dressed and go out. That was our idea of self-care. But
you.
self-care really comes down to that mental state. When
Yes.
they keep repeating over and over and over the things that happened to them back in the day, when they keep repeating about scars and wounds that they never took the time to heal from emotionally, and then all of a sudden you never find yourself, well, I think you've overcome that, but somewhere along the line you find yourself repeating their traumas like as if it was your traumas.
Right. So that's the thing. So that's where the whole generational curses come in. You're repeating everything
Mhm.
that has happened to you in your past. It's not your responsibility to carry anybody else's baggage. That's from your parents. That's from your relationships, your girlfriends, your
Yes.
boyfriends. At the end of the day, you have to make it. That's when you say no. You're not going to pour that or put that on me. Now,
Mhm.
again, it does take time, and it's a muscle that has
Yeah.
to be used or learned how to use to learn how to break those generational curses. You know, people, I say this all the time, hurt people. Sometimes it's
Mhm.
not, many times it's not intentional. But if they don't know, you know, that I'm pouring this onto you, or I'm putting this
Yep.
into you, or I'm speaking this into your life, you know, they don't know. They just don't know. Some people just don't know what they don't know. So the goal is to, you know, like I said, learn how to create barriers around yourself that take, you know, that protects your peace, that protects your joy,
Yes.
and that's your time, that's your mental
Yes.
state, that's your home.
Yes.
Everybody should just be fromping through your house from front to door.
Come on now.
Who you? My ultimate goal is to own a plot of land where I have multiple houses on it. I'll have my marital home, my guest house. My mama got a house over there. My brother got a house over there, and maybe another house or whatever. But at the end of the day, my marital home is my marital home. What you doing in here?
Yes.
I got a guest house. Go over there.
Yes.
You can do
Yes.
whatever you want to do over there. It's a pool over there. It's
Mm-hmm.
food over there. What's going on
Mm-hmm.
between me and my husband, baby? This is our home. This is our sanctuary.
Yes.
This is our peace. This is our joy, honey. These
Yes.
things that we got going on in here, you don't
You can't be walking up in here.
need to be saying what's going on. But I'm saying, but again, you also don't need. I mean, and then if you have God, right now, that may be, we're not all privileged to have a marital home and a guest home and all those things.
Yes.
So you do have people in your house, but you also have to be very protective of that space. And I'm not just talking about physical building, brick and mortar space. I'm talking about this.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Your mental and your heart.
You have to learn how to safeguard that. Everybody doesn't have that privy of your heart, of your mind. Everybody should not just walk up in there when they want, how they want, say what they want, and then you just take it. And then you know what? People start to tell you, oh, you think you all of that, because you start to put those safeguards up. Oh, you think you this. No, baby, I know I am, and I'm trying my best to keep me in check, because you don't want me out of check. Anyway, so questions for okay. Let's keep it moving, because you don't want me out of check. You need me all mentally put together.
You better keep me in order.
So
you better make
sure
I keep me in line.
Listen.
If I get out of pocket, it's gonna be a wrap for you.
So one of the questions I have for you, it's twofold, and I think you maybe answered it already, but you could give us some feedback. Have you had moments where reclaiming your power was difficult for you? And if so, how did you get through it?
Ooh, yes, of course. You know, I was in a long-term relationship from 19 years old to 29. And I'll tell you, I love that man. And, you know, it's funny, my family keeps saying, stop talking about that. And I'm like, no, I talk about it because, you know, I was in a place where I loved him till I was empty. That was my first love. I was so in love. He was so fine. He's all these things, right? I loved him till I was empty too. And I was so busy looking backwards at how much time we spent. I forgot to turn around and look forward at how much time I would waste.
Listen, you just flip the script there, because out of 100% of the time, we always look back. Yeah. We always look back about, well, you know, this dude, boy. But we never realized that if we didn't come out from there, we would have been in a whole worse situation, because we would have been spending time cleaning up a mess over and over and over.
And the reason why I discuss it, because there's someone somewhere, male and female, that's in a relationship that needs to let go, that's in a situation that needs to walk away, but they feel powerless. They feel that they can't because they spent so much time. They like the story. Like, I loved our love story. We met in college, we fell in love, and it was supposed to be happy ever after. Matter of fact, there's a whole group of friends that we went to school with that are still together, that was together in college, right? They're together now. That was supposed to be our story. But guess what? That wasn't regardless if I wanted it to be my story, that wasn't my story. Yes. So the thing is, I had to learn, I had relinquished all my power as a woman. It wasn't an abusive relationship. The man didn't beat me, but he couldn't keep a job, so I felt abused.
That's not how it's supposed to be.
It ain't supposed to be like that. So you're just not gonna work. You're just gonna keep losing your job. Okay. So, you know, for me, I really had to, I went through a time of transformation. I went through a time of an awakening. I was with the same man for 10 years, didn't know who I was in reference to like my sexuality. Well, let's be clear, there was no question about my sexuality. I always knew that I wanted to be with a man. But you understand what I mean by that is I'm like, I need to explore.
Don't listen, behave yourself. All right.
Okay. You know I'm saved, child. Mama's saved, but she's a savage. So, you know, it was one of those situations where I really had to like wake up.
Yes.
I had given all my power to him because I loved him. I had given all my power to him because I loved our story. I had given all my power because in my mind, this is my husband. And then I woke up and said, you're not deserving of me. You mean I saw something on social media the other day. You saw me, you talked to me, you got me, and you fumbled me. You don't love me like you should. Let me walk away. And because he
Woo!
didn't love me the way I love me. And I had to learn, well, wake up, girl. You know better. Had to look in the mirror and remind myself who I was and who
Yes.
I am.
Because you get so lost in the
You
relationship.
get lost in the relationship, baby.
Yes.
You lose yourself in the situation. You
Mm-hmm.
lose yourself in being the missus or the her or the girl. So I did. I lost myself. I lost my power. But what I did do, I woke up one day and I was like, hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more.
But listen, I want you to tell me when you eventually came to that point, you had to get to that point first before you could have said anything to him.
I did.
Because you couldn't have said anything to him until you had gotten it into your mind, into your being that this right here, you came to yourself that this right here wasn't what you needed. It wasn't benefiting you, right?
Yeah, of course. But it didn't happen overnight.
Exactly.
There was definitely times where I was like, okay, so now you about to hear my dog go food. She hates this doorbell. But I need a loud doorbell because you know my house is
Well,
haunted.
I don't like the doorbell. I
I
think
don't like the doorbell neither, girl.
it
But
needs
you
to
got
be a little more queen like, like
I got some square footage around here, girl. So we got to have a big doorbell so folk can hear it over there. Yeah. But let me tell you, my dog cannot stand that doorbell. When she hear that doorbell, who rang my doorbell? Here's the thing, though. I will be very honest with you. It did not happen overnight, but there was
Yeah.
signs. I'll tell you, like at day one, when we first started, when he chased me down, I knew. I was like, I probably shouldn't be in this relationship. But he was fine, girl. He was so fine. He was so cute, girl. I thought, woo. And so anyway, I knew then. And it was different signs. There was different episodes. There was different.
Yes.
And I'll be clear to you. And this is, I'm talking about a relationship, but we can compare, we can apply this to any situation. When I
Yes.
lost my dream job as being a national syndicated talk show host on Sister Circle Live, to be honest with you, I did not see that coming. But
Yeah.
even that took the breath out of my chest. Even that made me feel like, wait a minute. Because I identified myself as being a part of the show, and I thought for a slight slither of a moment, I thought that equated my worth.
Yes.
And so I
You
had
belonged. That's it.
belonged, and no matter what nobody tells me, no matter what nobody tells me, we all want to belong to something or
Yes.
someone. So
Yes.
I was a member of that cast. I belong in that. I thought I belonged in that relationship, belonged to him.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, if I had my head on straight, sis. If I had my head on straight, while I was thinking about belonging to him and belonging to that cast and on that show and the best and the only belonging that I should have ever desired was to make sure that I knew that I belonged to him.
That's it. You said a mouthful right there. That's it. Because we so busy. Listen to me. I have seen married couples. The women get so lost in being the wife and being the mother that when the children eventually go off to college, they're like,
don't have a clue who they are.
What next? They're totally disconnected because they forgot that they are also this woman that actually has a goal, that actually has ambition, that actually has things that God is calling her to achieve while she's here.
And some women struggle with hearing what they're, I often hear people say, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what my purpose is. And it took me a long time. I won't lie, it took me a long time to find my purpose. It took me a long time to figure out what it is that brings me peace. Would I do it without getting paid? Does it bring the same type of return on investment as I put in? And if it does not, am I okay with it? Like, when I go to work to do this thing and not get paid, if all my bills were paid, right? And all my needs were met, right? Will I still go do it and not have a check?
Yes.
Because it brings the return of the investment for me is the peace, the joy, and the fulfillment of my purpose.
Yes.
Once you learn once you learn what your purpose is,
And that actually brings us to the next question I had.
Come on, sis,
How
transition.
have the things that have weighed on you helped shape who you are today? You
Oh
see?
my, that's a good one.
Mhm.
Well, I always say life is gonna life, and when you go through some things, it does alter who you are. Um,
Yes.
for me, my boyfriend, when I was 17 years old, was shot in front of me, and that made me. It's interesting because I was having a conversation with a guy today, and he was like, "You're so literal. You're so literal." And I said, "Yeah, I'm literal. I mean what I say. I say what I mean, and I do what I say I'm gonna do. I
Yes.
expect you to do the same. I expect
Hmm.
you to treat me the same." And why did I say that? One, the guy that shot my boyfriend, I didn't know that he had feelings for me. There was never a discussion, ever,
Oh,
ever. There was never like, "Hey, will you be my girlfriend? Hey, I like you. Hey," it
right.
never, it never. So I don't play with people's feelings at all. I'm always gonna say, "Hey, we just friends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We
Let's
just
not, let's
chilling.
not, let's not, let's not get anything
Let's
twisted.
not get it confused." I'm
Mhm.
45 years old, flat foot on the floor right now. I'm still doing checks. You straight? Because that change, because the reason why, because you never really, really, truly know what people thinking.
People are thinking, yes.
You could be with somebody forever, and then they'll do something. You'll be like, I would have never thought that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and it's interesting. I tell my mother this all the time. Mama, you know me as your daughter. You know the fundamental roots of me because you raised me. You know the things that you poured into me. You know me as your daughter, but you would never know me as someone's lover.
Whew.
You know me as your daughter, but you would never know me as his daughter.
Yes.
The conversations I have with my father, you and my mother's not privy to that.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know what people are thinking.
Yes.
So for me, that whole thing, 17, when that happened to me when I was 17 years old, that literally that changed the way. Because I was probably like, la 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 la.
Yes. Yes.
Now my eyes are open. Now the
Mm-hmm.
scales are off my eyes when I'm looking at life like, oh, you mean to tell me people can be doing this and be thinking that and
Yep.
I had no idea. So yes, that was a situation that literally changed the way that I think about things and people and how I move and how I deal with people.
Yes.
If I tell you I'm gonna be there, I might be late, but I'm coming.
I'm coming. Listen, today I was like, wait a minute now. She don't want me to come up in Atlanta to look for her. Where's she at?
No, I'm gonna be there. Listen, listen. Being on time is not my ministry, but I'm working on it. The girl is working on this. Sis. I'm trying. You hear me? I mean, I swear, like I operate. I have so many different things going on in so many different time zones. So, like my
Yes.
real estate business is based in Central. My quote unquote, my agent is based in LA. So I'm always, what time is it? I don't ever know what day it
Yes.
is. You know what I'm saying? So for me, yes. But so I know. So when I die, let me knock on some wood because I ain't ready.
You haven't
When
moved
I
around?
die,
Okay, here we go.
when I die, I don't want people. I want people to remember me by the way I treated them, the things how that I showed up for them. Make sure that they know that Listen, let me tell you something. If you need something, she gonna be there for you. She meant what she said. Don't talk about. Don't you ain't gonna never say. I never knew what she was meaning or what she was thinking. Oh no, I'm black and white. Ain't no
Yes.
gray in me.
Now you see, you went back to my last question. You just flowing into the questions there. My last question for you is describe yourself in one word. Now I know that
Ah,
might be a little bit, yeah, but one word, baby. Don't give me the summary. Don't give me the paragraph. I said describe yourself in one word.
ooh, I don't know, girl. Um, I have no idea how to do that. I don't. I'm going to say, I don't know. That's a hard one. Girl, you let me Google. I would say,
Come on now. Come on now.
I'm going to say, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, the word that's coming to my head over and over again is believer.
Yeah. I think you chose the right word, because number one, you have to see it to believe that you could actually make that step. And you've done quite a job at that. Yes.
Um, I don't know. I have, I can say this, like through the pandemic, I've been like I had a good time. I was actually okay being in the house. Like I really enjoyed being in the house. Like a lot of people's like, I'm ready to go outside. I was like, then give me 6 more months. I really was. And I say that because during the pandemic, the Lord was doing, he was working on me.
Yeah.
And I didn't ask for it. I was like, God, can you find somebody else? Because I ain't done cussing yet. I got things. I'm not done. What you doing? I'm like, me? Lord have mercy. And then, he taught me so many lessons.
Yes.
And, for the last, I'll say even 4 years, like I went through a breakup in 2019. The world shut down in 2020, 2021, 2022 was basically in the house. 2023, we're outside. Even 2022, we was outside. But the interesting about it, 2017 to 2022, 2017 to 2020 was like my most amazing financial years in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. 2020 to 2023, most amazing and awful financial years of my life. There was so many highs. Listen, if you own the business and you ain't getting no PPP money, see, I ain't in jail because I got a real business. I ain't going to jail neither because I got real.
Come on, talk to them.
Right. Not only PPP did I make good money, and I opened my second franchise store and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I made so much money just off of just amazing. But I lost so much money.
Yes.
And I said that to say, I said this. Through those lessons of all my highs and my lows, I never felt alone.
Come on. Come on.
He kept me and my family in a way that I don't even know why. And it's funny because like you people always say, I read something yesterday about Steve Jobs, and he had all the money in the world. And he couldn't find and could not pay someone to carry his cancer, and could not pay someone to find him a not a solution, but a healing for his cancer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
through the process of me, all my highs and my lows, I was reminded, you ain't by yourself, sis.
That's it.
Yeah. So when you ask me one word, I would say believer, because I believe that through my hardest times, and even looking back at my hardest times in life and my struggles and my woes and my wins, the Lord has been with me.
Yes.
And even when my boyfriend was shot in front of me when I was 17 years old. Funny story here. I'll back up a little bit. My family called me radio. My grandfather used to call me radio, like, cut that radio off, cut radio off, cut her off, stop her talking. Da, 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 da. I would talk, 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 talk. I'm going to talk.
We say in my country, if you are radio, we don't buy you. That's what we say when we find people talk too much. We're like, if you are radio, we're not going to pick you up.
Baby, them people used to tell me, shut that radio up. And my father used to tell me, rest in peace, he would say, your mouth going to get you in and out of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget that. Because I would just say whatever came up, came out. I ain't had no filters. I was the only child. I said how I felt because I was kind of raised in an environment where I was able to express myself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't like this. Please don't do this. Stop this.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. So daddy said, your mouth going to get you in and out of trouble. Papa, my grandfather used to call me radio. When my boyfriend was shot in front of me, I didn't see it coming. But in that moment when he was standing in front of me with the gun and he had already shot my boyfriend, I only heard one thing. I heard my father say, talk. And I started speaking and I was like, oh, you better go. I know that I'm sure my neighbor heard that gun. You better get out of here. You don't want nobody to call the police. Get out of here while you got a chance to go. I always been able to speed talk. Fast, 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 fast. And the boy is walking around in circles, walking in circles with the gun in his hand. I said, you gotta go. I said, you better get out of here, get a heads up, because my neighbor heard that gun. The police gonna be able to. He walking around in circles and he said, you right. And left.
Could you imagine if he did not?
Could you imagine? So in that moment, when he said, you right, he walked out. That, as I look back, I knew that I won by myself. Yes. My mother could have came home to 2 people dead, but she did not.
Yes.
I've always been covered. I've always been protected. So I'm intrigued by those who say, they're not a believer or that God or whatever. I'm always intrigued. I say, have you stopped and taken a moment? Have you taken into account those incidents in your life where you look up and like, how did I get out of that? Mm-hmm. There's no way I should be here.
Yes.
No way. He left a witness on record when we went to court. They said, well, why didn't you shoot her? He said, I saw a light on her. And I just left.
You weren't by yourself.
I was not by myself.
You were not by yourself.
So, believer.
Yes. Yes. Let me tell you.
Girl, why you got me crying this morning?
Listen, I was just about to say, I just want to understand that I didn't really do anything to her. It's just the Holy Spirit had me asking questions that just...
Yes. I'm a crybaby anyway, so that should have been my other one. Crybaby. I'm a cry girl. But
listen, he said favor is on you,
baby. Favor, and it ain't fair.
It ain't fair. That's right.
That's the other thing you have to remind yourself. You have to remind yourself favor ain't fair. When you start looking around at things that people have and you think that you deserve this and you should have this or you should be here or you should be there.
Yes.
You have to remind yourself that you have also been favored in one time or another in your life. But favor is not fair. And in that moment, the favor that the Lord has for you may not be in that particular situation. The favor is on them.
Yes.
I believe favor is evolving and it's moving. But your favor, you've been favored before. I've been favored before. And your favor don't necessarily, I don't believe favor runs out. I just think it's about timing.
Yes. And I know 100% of the time we start to look at other people, the Joneses, and we say, oh, I wish that was me. But you fail to realize the Joneses is also looking at you and going, oh, I wish that was me. So everybody's idea of favor, we fail to realize that we have things going on that somebody else is saying, I wish that was me. We always look at it as, oh, it has to be the big house, the big this and that. No, baby, just the mere fact that you could get up on a morning.
Yes. And not only that, when you say I wish that was me, you don't know the cost that was paid for the person to be there.
Listen.
You don't know if this big old house is somebody getting beat from one side of the house to the other. You don't know if these people can pay what's in this house. I can only pay the light bill this month. Water gonna be off, y'all. Make sure you store your water so you can take a bath tomorrow. You don't know what people go through. So the one thing that my mother always, and I speak a lot about my mother. My mother's so wise. She's so wise. She said, and my mother's still here. I'm so grateful for that. And thank you, Jesus. My mom she said a lot of things. I'm like, Mama, that's smart. That's real smart. That's real smart. She always say, Kiana, you don't know what the people, you know what I mean? People got these big old purses and this and that, and that. They don't know what's in that bag. It's a bunch of empty.
Listen, don't compare.
You don't know what people prices they pay. So
Yes.
while you wishing, you better you wishing for what they have, but you don't know what else you're wishing for.
Yes. Don't covet what these
Yeah.
people got, baby. Because
Yes.
you have no idea the path they had to walk,
Yeah.
what building they had to jump from to
That's
get to
true.
where they at.
Yeah. And the
Baby, you keep it.
sacrifices that have to be made.
Yep, you keep it. I'm good. I'm gonna get mine my own way. You go ahead. You do you, boo boo. Because I'm not following your stretch. So now that we have laughed and reminisced
Right.
and cried and listen, oh baby, and now that we've done all of that, I want you to tell the ladies how they could stay in connect with you, in touch with you, and also where they could find your book as well.
So let me just tell you about the book real quickly. The book is called Bye Bye Bags, Laughing to Lighten the Load, where I discuss healing myself whole through laughter. And I'll be honest, sis, like I know when I started talking about this book, they're like, what? I got hair in my mouth, girl. You know, I get this. Okay. So
just pull that out, baby. Just pull that out.
so Bye Bye Bags came from, and I'm gonna be very honest with you. I got the bags under my eyes removed. I got the bags under my eyes removed. The surgery starts with the B. Have no idea how to pronounce it, but at the end of the day, I got the bags removed, and I was laying in my bed having a conversation with God, my Father. I said, Daddy, listen, I listen. Let me. Y'all gonna hate when I say this. I said, but my surgeon was black, and I need to make sure that both my eyes are the same size. I want to heal younger. I want to heal prettier. Lord, please. I don't know if he cheated on the test. He was fine, child. I don't know what the man was doing, but let me make sure I tell you, I need to heal prettier and younger. And my Father said, you will heal prettier and you will heal younger, but you're ugly on the inside. You got work to do.
To do.
Boom.
Yes. Yes.
Touch me in my chest. And you know what? Me and my father have a relationship where I kind of talk back sometimes. And he sure did. He popped me in my mouth. He said, you're ugly on the inside. You got work to do. He said,
Yes.
you
Don't
can
worry
be
about
rude.
the outside.
Yeah. He said, you can be rude. You can be inconsistent. You're late all the time. You can be mean. He said, you got work to do. He said, fix it.
Yes.
I said, wait a minute. Nah, I ain't know. I just asked you to make sure my eyes the same size. What you talking about? Like, so I started working on my internal baggage.
Yes.
As I was healing externally, I started unpacking my internal baggage so that I can be my best self. Because this is what I want the people to understand. You're not the bags that you're carrying. I'm not a child molestation victim. I'm not
Yes.
the lady that was in a long-term relationship that did not materialize into marriage. I'm not the person that lost a dream job. Anything that's negative that's connected to any of those things that I mentioned, I'm not those things. But I am a victorious woman. I
Come on.
am a surviving woman. I
Yes.
am a winning woman. So the thing is, I had to learn how to take my power back by releasing all the things that the enemy had put in my mind to make me feel that I was less than. So as I was unpacking my baggage emotionally, it's okay, fine, Lord, I heard you. So I wrote the book. Laughing to lighten the load, because guess what? This is what I do know. We got to let it go. Life
Yes.
is short. Life's so short. Ain't nobody got time to be worried about all that happened yesterday. You done wasted all this time, 40 years. You sitting up here crying about being a child molestation victim. When do you become a survivor?
Come
When
on.
do you let it go?
When do you shift and go onto the
Shift.
other side?
You shift. So, I wrote the book and I was like, okay, now what I do now? And I'm telling you, like right now, ladies, it's a decision. First of all, I'm a couch potato, which means I've always been in therapy. I subscribe to PCP, prayer, couch, and prescription. We pray all day. Y'all know me. I'm a praying woman. We pray all day long, but you can't pray and not do the work. Scripture say faith without works is dead. But let's take it up a couple notches. Prayer without work is dead. You can't pray and not do no work and think things gonna change.
Come on.
So get down to the prayer. Then you get on the couch. Get on a couch and talk to a therapist. Talk it out. Get with somebody that's non-biased that can help you unpack the bags you carry. Okay, your mama beat you, your daddy beat you, you was molested, okay. All that needs to be discussed.
Yes.
Because when you forgive, it's not for them, it's for you. You got to let go of all that frustration, that anger. Because when you forgive, listen, now you can lose your weight. Your face ain't all broke out. You feel good. You look good.
Your mind is lighter.
Your mind is lighter. And your bags are too. And last but not least, that last P is prescription. Now, every doctor, if you go to a doctor and the first thing they do is offer you a prescription, that's not the doctor for you. You need to have wraparound services. You need to have other things going on and other offers before you just jump into a prescription. Now, if you need a prescription, if you need it, you need it. But I would say let that be the last thing that you go to.
Yes.
Prayer, counseling, prescription. So get the book. And last but not least, after I wrote the book, you can get the book on my website, Amazon, Target, Walmart, Barnes & Noble. You can get the book anywhere. But here's what I want you to do. You can get it on my website, kianadancie.com, and it's autographed. But what I want you to do.
So fast. Tell the ladies slowly what the website
Are you talking? Somebody speak fast, ma'am. Okay. I was going to do it again. Kiana Dancie, KIANADANCIE. I just put it in the chat for you guys.
Yes.
KianaDancie.com is my website. You can get it on, if you get it from me, it's autographed. Now, here's what I would say. It says the comment has failed to post. I don't know why. But here's the thing.
Yeah, I'll put it afterwards.
Thank you. The last thing I want to say to you, after writing the book, I said, God, okay, I wrote the book. Now what? He said, that's cute. That's real cute. You wrote a book. So I wrote the book. And then I wrote a journal. The journal is the companion journal. See, the book is my story. The journal is your story.
Yes.
I hold you accountable, but there's no dates. So you can go in there. You can say, today I'm not having a good day. This makes me happy. This brings me peace. There's some Bible scriptures, some exercises, a scrapbook in the back. It's a whole book to help you really face your fears, face your angers, all the things. Okay, God said, that's cute. You wrote a journal. I said, now what? He said, you're asking women to get rid of the emotional baggage that they have not even declared that they have. I said, ooh. I said, Lord, you being petty? He said, yeah. He said, you asking these women to let go of something that they're not even declaring. So now we have baggage claim. Baggage claim is a women's empowerment. It's a one-woman show with me, a women's empowerment celebration where women can claim, heal, and celebrate being, claim, heal, and release. Claim, heal, and release being happy, healed, and whole. Baggage claim is a safe destination for women to claim, release, and heal their emotional baggage. What does that look like? Let it go. We're going to write it down, tear it up, and we're going to put some stuff on fire. We're going to have a good time. So the next one here in Atlanta is November 4th. Uh-oh, potty break. Look at this one.
It's the look for me. It's the look like.
How long you going to be on the phone? Who is this woman? Now she done made you cry. And you in here hollering. I got to go to the bathroom. So can you put her on hold? My baby is so spoiled, girl. 65 pounds.
Who was the look for me? The look of lady. Listen here. I've been patient.
This is 65 pounds of all woman. You hear me? But yeah, so we're going to be at the City Winery. So let me start here. First of all, we're in Charlotte.
Okay.
October.
So you're not in Atlanta for this one. Okay.
So it's Charlotte, October 28th. Go to my website, y'all. October 28th in Charlotte. And then at the City Winery, Atlanta, November 4th. So we have 2 baggage claims coming up. October 28th in Charlotte, and then Atlanta at the City Winery. So I would love to have your support. It's a one-woman show. Baggage claim is going to be phenomenal. You do not want to miss this. City Winery, the first 50 people that purchase their tickets will get a gift bag. I'm talking about a good gift bag, sponsored by Palmer. So y'all don't want to miss this. That part. But make sure you guys follow me. I will have my book and my journal there. But make sure you guys follow me at the, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter. I'm all the same. It's KIANADANCIE. Now,
come on.
I think that when you go down to the Google, if y'all for whatever reason forget my name,
Going to Mr. Google.
Look, I think if you go to Google and just put in comedian Kiana, I think it pulls up my name, comedian Kiana. And maybe, you put in comedian Kiana, it's going to pull up. Let's say comedian girl with the gap. Let's see if that come up. Let's see. Comedian girl with blonde hair. Okay, somebody Google that. Let me see. Lace, okay, with blonde, comedian lady with blonde hair. Girl, that's so funny. I popped up. Okay, what about comedian girl,
No, no,
comedian lady with gap in her teeth? Let's see if that come up. Okay, that don't come up, but look,
listen, we're gonna just stop Mr. Google right there. I think Mr. Google giving out too much information.
Mr. Google giving out too much information, but here it is. All you got to do is follow me on Instagram, Facebook,
Yes.
Twitter, TikTok. Go to my website, kianadancie.com. And the doctor came from my. I'm a humanitarian. Listen, I do the work with the community. I'm coaching the women on letting go of their emotional baggage. If you need some help, just let me know. I'm here.
Beautiful. It was indeed a pleasure. It was indeed a pleasure to have you on here laughing, crying, what they call that, reminiscing, drinking tea.
Yes.
And one would hear us speak and think we've known each other for a hot minute. We only met each other
strangers. I do not be strangers, girl. You listen, let me tell you something. You down in the commerce. Wait, I ain't supposed to tell people where you live at. You live way down there. If I come down there, I'm staying. I'm just letting you know. I'm not coming.
Yes,
I'm not going to live down there. And I tell her every time, listen, ain't nobody going to just be coming down there. Okay. I'm staying.
We have, listen, you come on out. We are going to open the door. I'll get Zoe and Lola to welcome you as anything else. The welcome committee will be there.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I had a beautiful time. I look forward to seeing everybody at Baggage Claim in Charlotte, 1028, or at City Winery on 11-4. Okay.
Thank you
Saturday,
so much.
y'all. It's no excuses.
Listen, we could come up with a lot of excuses. Yeah. I can tell you that. Okay.
Right.
Let's leave that right there. Right, so I'm going to put you into the waiting room. Let me wrap up with the ladies, and I'll come and love you up in a minute.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, ladies, today was very, number one, impactful. Number two, we laughed a lot. Number three, we cried. We had to make sure our lashes were put into place. But all in all, our emotional baggage can weigh us down. But it doesn't have to control our life. So recognizing and learning how to let go of our emotional baggage enables us to live a life free of emotional burdens. Come on, ladies. So with practice, okay, it will not just it won't happen overnight, but with time and practice and patience, we can regain our power, regain our joy, and take that step forward to be able to embrace all of life's opportunities whilst we are free of our emotional baggage. So today, I want to thank our guests for popping in and loving on us in the Royal Courts. Ladies, it was a pleasure chatting with you. It was a pleasure having you join us. I hope that this episode was a blessing. It was informative to you. If you happen to stop on your way to any of our Pandora, our podcast platforms, which is Apple and Pandora and iRadio and all of that great places, make sure you go ahead and leave us a comment. Let us know how it's blessing you. If you stopped in on any of our other platforms, let us know how it has been a blessing to you to be with us. If you would like to be on here as a special guest, go ahead and send us an email, info@portiabasham.com. And if you would like to be a guest on the She Ministries TV show, send us an email likewise. I want to just stop from it and tell you I am looking forward to chatting with you next Friday. Remember, this is where we come and we chat in the Royal Courts about our faith, our family, our friendship, and the fulfillment of life. Everything that encompasses us as women. So until next week, ladies, I am Dr. Portia Basham, and don't forget, you are saved and highly favored and empowered to do what says God in this season of your life. I love you. You take care, and see you next Friday.
Thanks for tuning in to the Royalty Talk Show. Thanks for tuning in to the Royalty Talk Show with your host, Portia Basham, the talk show and podcast designed for women who are looking to be inspired, motivated, and encouraged. We pray today's show was a blessing to you. Remember to tune in next time for your regular dose of encouragement and affirmation, so you can hear from other amazing women from all walks of life who share their stories and advice on everything from personal growth to living their dreams. So until next time, we look forward to seeing you to sip some tea, chat, and empower each other on the Royalty Talk Show and podcast.